Justin, you are the director of Nook Canyon?
Artistic director, yeah.
Okay.
Artistic director. I'm the one responsible for all of our arts programming, whatever we ultimately select in a season. I mean, it's a pretty collaborative process with Noah Luce, my associate artistic director, and then Justine Stock, our managing director. I kind of shaped the overall artistic vision of the company. I had a plan for a professional theater company on paper for several years. It was just trying to find the right time and place to do it. Pretty much what New Canon is.
Yeah.
You know? Reimagining classical plays, doing new works, developing new works with new playwrights, diversifying the theater scene, bringing theater into different communities. You know, we're a pop-up company, we don't have our own central theater, we're working on it. Eventually we will have our own space. But even when we do have our own space, we'll still go out into the community to different venues and do things. Like, you know, today we're talking here at California's First Theater, where we're getting ready to open a production of An Iliad by Lisa Peterson and Dennis O'Hare, which is a retelling of the Homer epic poem. You know, deals with themes of war and loss, the cyclical nature of conflict, and why we keep finding ourselves in these situations. So it's a historic play, and we're doing it at this historic venue, which is reopening for the public after almost 30 some odd years. I believe the last production here, like full play here, was in 1999. And then after this we go back to Shakespeare. We're doing Shakespeare's play Othello, epic, beautiful tragedy, heart-wrenching, also funny and biting and raw in a lot of places. And we're doing that out at the Forest Theater in Carmel.
Okay.
So another beautiful historic venue. Experience Shakespeare under the stars.
Yeah.
And the fog rolls in from the ocean over the pines in there. It's so beautiful.
Perfect.
So yeah, I see I had caffeine, and so now I'm getting soapboxy. It's like
That's awesome.
I had tapered off. And now we're back.
And that's a wrap.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. So in terms of the set and what we're going for, An Iliad exists like out of time. The main character, the poet, she just kind of appears wherever she is called to tell the story. Along with the muse, who is our musician. She's also an active character. So while she's playing the violin and doing other things, she will kind of land over here a lot of the time. You can see we have some musical instruments that she'll be using, but then like, you know, she has secret stashes of musical instruments.
Oh, wow, okay.
So like she kind of accentuates certain points in the show. The same is true with like these wind chimes and stuff. Like they'll get used
Oh, wow, okay.
during the show, you know, like to call the muse. So one thing that a lot of people don't know about this show is that the main actor, Patty Gallagher, this will be, I think, her 6th time doing it. About 2 weeks ago, we brought her to my university out in Michigan. She did it there with a totally different musician.
Wow.
Then she went to Belfast, did it with a different musician and a different director, and now she's coming here and doing it with us again.
She's an expert. She's going to nail this. It's
Yeah,
gonna be perfect.
she is an expert.
Oh, yeah,
She's
yeah.
incredible. The story is, you know, it's hard. I mean, it's about human beings and war. And so one of the things that I thought about when we were talking about doing it in this space is a couple of different things. How do we honor that this theater, while, you know, it's been used, it hasn't had a professional play in it in over 30 years.
Right.
And so one of the ideas that came to me, because we don't, as you can see, we don't have a lot of lights or, you know, the set doesn't move.
Yeah.
I thought about this space and like what happens in old theater spaces, which is they kind of become like an attic.
Right, yeah.
And so part of what my kind of design thought is kind of recreating Grandma's attic up here as the aesthetic, so that even though we acknowledge it's a theater, that it's kind of become a place where all these old things have gone.
Right.
Like wind chimes, like bells. And so what you're seeing is kind of this installation of, you know, this beautiful old sewing machine, and almost all of the items, I think all of them, are borrowed. This is my aunt's stepladder,
Oh, wow,
you know, from
yeah.
my garage.
Yeah.
This table is my office table that I use.
Oh, okay,
You know,
cool.
These photos came from a thrift store, and they're maps. And when I saw the maps, I got so excited because so much of this play is about geography, because it's looking at Troy versus Greece.
Okay.
And so just this idea of, especially this map, kind of the separation of these two globes, I thought was
Right.
really exciting. Going into that idea of things that are lost. And that happens a lot in a lot of theaters in the United States. Is like, you know, you'll go into the theater's basement and you find treasures. As we assemble this stage, it's like finding little treasures. And so I have a few more things personal that were like my grandmother's that I'm going to bring, just to kind of add to this idea that this space is found objects. And that's kind of how the poet manifests herself, is all of a sudden she's called to the space to tell this story. And for 90 minutes, she tells you the full story about the Trojan War, but also compares it to modern day war.
Right.
There's a lot of like humor to the show, but there's also just a lot of like, whoa, what human beings have done to each other for years and years and years is
Yeah.
insane. And I think what's so cool is like looking at these rafters, looking at the detail. It's frustrating as a designer person because I can't add anything.
Right.
But I've been using all the existing stuff to like hang the photos,
Yeah.
to figure out how to make the space work for us, which is interesting because it's like you have to find ways in which to work within your boundaries.
Right, yeah.
And I think that's really exciting.
Yeah.
Even though it can be very frustrating. And there's definitely times I look up and I go, why can't that nail be 10 feet that way? It would make my life easier. But I think it's really beautiful that we get to take this space that is now a historic landmark here in California and use it.
It's cool. Like you hit it out of the park. Like everything feels like it belongs here.
Oh, thank
It's
you.
perfect. Yeah.
Thank you. That was my hope.
Yeah, yeah. No, thank you for your time.
Oh, thanks so
There you go.
much.
Awesome. It's super exciting to have you guys come in and do a show here in California First Theater and remind us, like, no, the arts has been here since day one. Like, we are the art community. You can do
Absolutely.
anything you want here in Montgomery County. There's a lot more
Absolutely.
stuff to do here.
Absolutely. No doubt about that. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty special, it's a really big deal that
Yeah.
we're here after 30 years, collaborating with State Parks, the Historic Society, who helped to provide the grant to rehab and renovate this building so
Yeah.
that we could be here. This is really, really special.
Yeah.
And that's why like communities show up because, who knows when the that next moment will be. There's a lot of story here, and that's what we do. We
Yeah.
tell stories.
Yeah.
So this is a perfect match,
Yeah, yeah. So I heard that you guys are going to have some different schools coming here.
We are.
So that's
New Canaan is
exciting.
launching its first real school initiative, which we've been wanting to do since day one. Children are vital. That's where you learn to love theater. Is
Yeah.
typically in school. And so we have 2 school presentations that we're doing on the 15th and the 25th with various schools from Monterey Unified School District. They'll be also participating in a workshop with our lead actress.
Oh, that's awesome.
Patty Gallagher, who is a titan.
Can I sign up to the workshop? I need some help on my acting skills. My acting skills is horrible.
You are just lovely. This is part of it. You're doing a great job. This is acting. Hey, we're acting. We're really, really proud of that, and we hope to do more of those types of initiatives. With Othello, we do a pay what you will night because we believe that the power of theater should be for the people, for everybody. No one should be negated that the power of it and just that experience. So definitely go online, find out about that on our website, newcanontheater.org. And tickets basically are, you can pay $5 to $50.
That's cool.
And
I
get
love
to
that.
see some really brilliant theater.
Yeah, yeah. One more thing.
Yeah.
Like, so if a kid or a dog comes in here and gets inspired and says, I want to do this.
Yeah.
Is there any way they can be part of New Canyon and of course not be automatically a starting actor, but is there like a steps they can do where like, hey, maybe?
Absolutely. Oh my God,
Yeah.
that's why we're here. My goodness.
Homegrown.
That's yes. I mean, like, we know we are doing our job if we are getting the younger generations. Like, you
Yeah.
just rocked my soul. Like, how do
Right.
I get into this? So yes, absolutely. They would talk to myself, Noah, or Justin. We are always looking for interns.
Cool. Oh my
Always
God.
looking for volunteers. And we are looking for an Iliad still for volunteers. You can just DM us on Instagram and one of us will get back to you, as well as Othello. And then in terms of internships, absolutely. You get a real taste. You get to really be a part of our behind the scenes of our productions. And that's how you learn, gosh, we need in theater, we need all the roles filled, not just on stage, but we
Right.
need the set designers and directors, front of house people. These are all essential roles
Right.
in, providing top quality theater, which is what we are striving to do. So yes, absolutely. Kids, call us. We are, we're waiting. We need you. And we need to hear from everybody for sure.
And honestly, it's a great experience. If I had this option as a kid, I would sign up for it because it's just the experience of people you meet.
Yeah.
Like I got inspired by Noah today. Like I love that stage. Like he has a great
Right?
eye. Like,
No,
you
it
know,
does have an incredible
you know,
mind. Yes.
Once I make it, I buy my house. I'm gonna have him take care of my, you know, like just go for
Design.
it, design
Yes,
me.
Yes, yes, absolutely.